Hello. We are up in our bedroom, our unfinished bedroom. Hi, my dad. Banjo is... Hello, Banjo. Banjo's watching a YouTube video about crafting, as she does often. Hello. And I've just come in from the garden, and I discovered some rows of strawberries out in the front.
Oh, I didn't even know
Like
we had
three
them.
rows of strawberries. I didn't either. And Alex and I were picking strawberries and eating from them. And Annalise is awake. Do you see yourself,
Hi.
sweetie?
Who's that baby? Who's that baby in there? Yeah.
And pulling my beard a little bit.
Oh, her favorite
That's
thing.
how she knows that it's me. And Laura Jean, besides helping Annalise like 23 hours a day, she also gets some time to work on stuff. And
I'm making a crochet guy. It'll be a pumpkin head. I just recently got accepted into a craft show, and it's in September, so I'm getting some Halloween stuff ready. Who's that baby?
look at that drooly bomb coming down the chin.
Who's that baby? Yeah.
There. Hi. She's almost 4 months old now. It's amazing how quickly the months just fly by.
I know, it's July 10th,
I know.
so 2 weeks.
Amazing. Laura Jean's also going to the farmer's market tomorrow. She does that every Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Every Saturday morning. And, well, this guy probably won't be done in time for that, huh? But it doesn't matter. She's been selling her stickers and notebooks and
Just fun little
just
things.
fun stuff. And we usually hang out together and listen to the live music. And
It's fun.
I go spend money on plants while Laura Jean's making money
Breathe-
on those
breathe
days.
some fresh air and meet fun people.
Hi. Love you. Go see what the boys are doing. They probably won't want to be on here though. So we'll see. We'll sneak. Just want to say hi. Can I say hi to Lizzie?
Hello. I don't know what else to say.
You don't have to say anything. I just think it's awesome that you're reading because you're always reading, which is good. And Alex in his room is writing music. Actually, no, right now he's not writing music. He's making 3D renderings, which is a new thing that he's discovered that he's really good at.
I don't know what I'm making.
That's okay. That's the joy of like experimenting and stuff. Also, check this out. He's been making other types. Here, changing the light. Some of you might be Star Wars fans. Alex made all this out of junk from around the property here, and we also went together to a local metal recycling place, and he got a few dollars worth of scrap, and he was able to make some other things. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, it looks movie quality. Lightsaber there. Everett, I think, is downstairs playing games. But I mentioned those strawberries I found. Might as well show you. And you get a slight unofficial tour of the house as we go through here. Now we're to the pretty part. Well, prettier part. Show you around. Hopefully you're not getting too dizzy. And outside. I love it out here. It always smells good. Let's see which way to go. So you saw a day or two ago that was planting pumpkins out here in the old front garden. Only reason I say old is because I haven't planted anything on purpose out here for a few years. Just chamomile and sunflowers have been coming up, and trees. So anyway, I've got the pumpkin there that I planted, and then another one right there, another one out there. Anyway, as I was planting these pumpkins throughout this area, I discovered that some strawberries that I had planted from our other ones. You know, every year or so, you like to divide them because they get so crowded, like our strawberries are right now over there. Very, very crowded. It's hard to get to them. Anyway, we separated them, divide them out, and anyway, we had corn growing out here, and I thought, oh, strawberries kind of like shade, which is not entirely true. They don't really like shade. I was a little bit wrong about that. They do like cool weather, but not necessarily shade. So like sunshiny, cool weather. But anyway, so I planted rows of strawberries amongst the corn and didn't get any strawberries off of them, again, because they didn't really get any sunshine. And anyway, I discovered that I've got quite a number of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One of them started from a runner. I know they're surrounded by weeds, but this is kind of fun because I thought they were all dead, so that's always a fun surprise. A nice one there. I've just been cleaning out the weeds. Luckily, with all the natural mulch here, all the sunflower stalks and other things, the weeds are really, really easy to pull out here. It's nice. There's another row here with some ripe strawberries. As I mentioned, Alex and I were eating some. Isn't that fun? So it was almost like foraging for wild berries. Well, in essence, it was. We didn't do anything, at least for a few years, and to discover those out there, it's an awful lot like just finding stuff in the wild. Just happens to be the wild part of our property. I did discover that we have a slight problem with bindweed, field bindweed, otherwise sometimes known as morning glory, which it isn't really, but it's related. But I'm sure you've all seen this stuff. Recognizable flowers. They're actually kind of beautiful flowers, as are the domesticated actual morning glories. They're really pretty. These ones just have smaller flowers, but the vines will grow up anything that goes upright and eventually choke it out. And they're terrible. And they drop their seeds and they spread really quickly, both by seeds and by they're really, really long and deep underground runners. They're really, really awful once they take hold. So, as much as I hate to spray things with poison, I think that's one case where I can justify it. Luckily it's only in this one little area. Unfortunately, it's also taken over one of our flower beds. It's surrounded by concrete on one side and the driveway on another side. But I know from experience that these things send their runners under concrete really, really easily. And they'll go for 10, 16 feet easily underground before coming back up. So I have to either very carefully spot kill little bits of those in the flower bed, or possibly start completely from scratch, which I would hate to do. We could anyway, yeah, another time, another story. But what I did want to say though is that I looked it up on the internet and found out that there is a bug, a mite in this case, almost microscopic size, but it specifically feeds on field bindweed. It's just called the field bindweed scale mite, something like that. And there's an organization in Colorado that has this and provides it Unfortunately, they don't provide it to anyone outside of Colorado. But we have family in Colorado, and I was thinking maybe I would get together with one of them to conduct an experiment, see if we could maybe get some of them over here so that they could slowly, over the course of a few years, I think is what they said, they slowly will sap the energy out of these things, and it'll if not kill them, at least weaken them immensely. So that's one option, but again, I don't have access to those insects right now, and they're only infesting one little spot, and it's not anywhere very close to these strawberries. Oh, I take that back. I just discovered another strawberry here, which is probably accompanied by other ones in a row. Anyway, okay, so I'll spray a much smaller portion, but that'd be nice to kind of get this under control again. No big deal. We'll do that or not. I really don't like using sprays. I don't like the thought of poisoning myself. It's not my first choice. But I think if it's done very sparingly and very carefully with the wind, either at a dead 0 miles per hour or slightly blowing away from me, I can very carefully do that and control where it goes. Use it not very often or spray very heavily. I don't want to keep on going. I apologize, all my videos tend to be like 15 or 17 minutes in that range. I don't try to do that, it just always seems to happen. This came up from, there was just grass here. We just didn't do anything to kill it, except like no specific, no poisons or anything. We just dumped a bunch of leaves here, several garbage bags full of leaves. And to kill this type of grass is very difficult, field grass, with runners similar to that bindweed. But this seems to have done it. I mean, it's done a really good job. And that squash has come through where the grass has not. So I'd call that a success. Another thing, if you're interested, this cherry bush is called Nanking cherry, like a Chinese cherry. It's just a bush. It does grow about 10 or 12 feet high. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's really prolific. And as kids, we just absolutely loved picking these to our heart's content in mid to late July. You can see they're getting pretty big already. They don't get much bigger than this, but they do get rather plump, and they're semi-sweet, semi-tart. But we liked them as kids, and it was a lot of fun. And they made a great edible hedge barrier in the backyard, and I have great memories of that. So I'm so glad that we have some of those on the property. All right, well, we saw everyone except Everett. We'll see him soon. If I catch him in a good mood, then he'll probably agree to be at least seen on camera. But he kind of boycotted that a couple of years ago. He didn't want anything to do with it for a while. Hey kitty. This kitty just had babies, and I'm not sure where she hid them. The girls said they saw her bring their babies to the strawberry patch, which I admit is kind of a nice place to have a little litter of kittens, but only until it rains or gets watered. So we'll keep an eye out for them. Anyhow, just thought you'd like a look around and see my discovery of strawberries and talk to Laura Jean for a sec. Well, I'll see you again shortly. It's been fun sharing with you. See you soon.